The vast armada of the Threxian Dominion emerged from hyperspace like a tide of black steel and burning plasma. To the galaxy at large, their name meant conquest, submission, and annihilation. Worlds had fallen before them without a single shot fired. Fear alone was usually enough. And yet, the coordinates they had been given for their next expansion puzzled the Dominion's commanders. It was a backwater system insignificant on the star charts. A yellow star, a few rocky planets, barely worth the fuel to cross. The flagship's commander, Lord Keel Vareth, sat on his throne of bone and alloy. "Our scouts report no orbital defenses, no standing fleet," he growled. "The system is undefended." His advisors exchanged amused glances. Easy prey, another swift victory. But Vareth's third officer, a cautious veteran, hesitated. "Supreme One, the planet we target is called Earth. Its designation in the archives is unusual." Vareth waved a clawed hand dismissively. "Names mean nothing. This world will be like the others, bent and broken." The fleet descended. The first strike. In the skies above Earth, satellites flickered as alien signals jammed their frequencies. Cities below noticed strange shadows blotting out the stars. The Threxians launched their standard shock doctrine, targeted EMP blasts, followed by precision dropships to instill terror. Only, something strange happened. The EMPs hit, and the humans kept fighting. Backup grids roared to life. Old analog systems, forgotten by most advanced species, clicked back into service. Soldiers communicated with paper maps, runners, and pre-digital radios. Air raid sirens, ancient mechanical things, howled across continents. The aliens had expected panic. Instead, they were met with discipline. Resistance. "They're supposed to scatter," hissed a Threxian tactician, watching humans mobilize with frightening speed. Vareth's eyes narrowed. "Then we scatter them by force." Dropships fell into New York, Shanghai, Moscow, Lagos. Elite Threxian warriors stormed the streets and discovered that urban combat on Earth was nothing like their training simulations. Bullets cracked through their armor. Molotov cocktails rained from rooftops. Civilians stood their ground with kitchen knives, baseball bats, and improvised explosives. The aliens had studied galactic wars. They had never studied humanity. The Earth problem. On the flagship, reports grew worse. "Lord Keel, the humans, they are not fighting as soldiers. They are fighting as everyone." Entire populations rose as one. Farmers turned tractors into weapons. Fishermen harpooned dropships from piers. Hackers infiltrated alien comms with nothing but laptops and stubbornness. Even children became messengers, weaving through battle lines with notes and supplies. Worse still, Earth itself resisted. Weather shifted suddenly, grounding aerial assaults. Dense jungles swallowed patrols whole. Oceans battered amphibious craft with storms of unnatural ferocity. The very ecosystem seemed hostile, as though the planet enjoyed chewing up invaders. The archives had not called it a Class 13 death world for nothing. The Threxians simply hadn't checked. The human response. The United Nations, long fractured and slow, did something that shocked even its harshest critics. It united. For the first time in centuries, borders blurred. Weapons, intelligence, and resources were pooled into a single, furious coalition. In underground bunkers, generals studied the invaders. "They rely on heavy armor, powered exosuits, and plasma rifles," said one analyst. "Expensive, limited supply. If we force them into a war of attrition, they lose." Another added, grimly, "And Earth specializes in attrition." Guerrilla campaigns exploded worldwide. Threxian patrols couldn't move a mile without vanishing into an ambush. Supply lines burned. Soldiers starved. Every village became a fortress. Every forest a minefield. And humanity's secret weapon? Time. The aliens needed quick victories to justify their campaign. Humans only needed to last. And on Earth, survival was not just instinct, it was a way of life. Breaking point. Weeks turned into months. The once proud Dominion fleet was stretched thin. Entire divisions had gone dark. Their technology, so terrifying at first, was stolen, reverse-engineered, and, horrifyingly, improved upon by human engineers. Plasma rifles were welded to pickup trucks. Alien drones were hacked and turned against their masters. One Threxian officer, trembling, admitted, "They learn faster than we adapt." Lord Keel Vareth refused to admit defeat. "We are the Dominion. We do not fall to primitives." But when he looked into the feeds, into the eyes of those primitives, he saw something he had never seen in a conquered people: joy. Humans laughed in the midst of war. They mocked the invaders, made memes of their defeats, turned battles into jokes. Where fear should have reigned, humor reigned instead. And that broke the Threxians more than bullets ever could. The retreat. It happened quietly. Orders filtered down the fleet. Ships withdrew from orbit, battered and bloodied. Dropships abandoned ground forces. The Dominion, for the first time in recorded history, retreated. On the flagship, Vareth sat in silence, claws trembling against his throne. His officers dared not speak. Finally, he rasped, "We forgot to check the planet's name. The humans had a word for it. Earth. Not just soil and stone, but a cradle of predators, survivors, and relentless fighters. A world that bred resilience in every heartbeat." And now, across the galaxy, whispers would spread. The Dominion had challenged a death world. And lost. Epilogue. On Earth, as reconstruction began, a soldier sat on a ruined wall and smirked. "They came here thinking we'd be like everyone else," he said to his squad. One of them laughed. "Yeah, they forgot we're humans." The squad nodded, and far beyond the stars, the Threxians licked their wounds, knowing one truth carved into their empire forever. You do not surprise attack Earth, because Earth always surprises you.